Hey everybody, it's Mattie here with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're having a very nice day. We're looking at a few stories that we're going to be rounding up for you today. I want to remind you that there's going to be an SEC hearing tomorrow. There's a deadline on a decision that has to be made. It cannot be postponed. This relates to the ProShares Bitcoin ETF, so we'll take a look at what that story entails. We'll take a look at this article by James, who discusses the first Sharia Law approved exchange over in the Middle East. So that's a first. We'll take a look at what James has to say about that. But we're going to start, as always, on altcoinbuzz.io with this article by Luke. Crypto exchange Poloniex adds basic attention token and Loom network. Let's see what Luke has to say here. So basic attention token and Loom network have both been added today to Poloniex. Poloniex, currently the 37th largest exchange based on trading volume and subsidiary of Goldman Sachs-backed Circle, announced today that it has added both tokens on its trading platform. Basic Attention Token is the token associated with the Brave browser, which, by the way, guys, is the browser I always use for my daily news reports, and I'm quite liking it so far. So they're responsible for that. And Loom Network, which is a blockchain ecosystem for games and social apps. So we'll take a look at the announcement in just a second. In it, the Poloniex team reveals that the two tokens were selected for listing after meeting predetermined criteria across multiple categories. So if we take a look at what they had to say over on Twitter, it's the same announcement that Luke has posted in his article. Deposits and withdrawals are currently live, trading in USDT, BTC, and Ethereum pairs for each project will be enabled on August 22nd at 1600 UTC. There you have it. So don't forget that comes in the wake of a couple of recent additions for Poloniex, notably Status, which was added a week ago. That's a mobile operating system for Ethereum, and Kyber Network, which got a massive surge recently, a decentralized exchange protocol to its trading platform, which is a decentralized exchange protocol. If you want to know more information about Basic Attention Token and or Loom Network, then check out the details here in Luke's article. Do be sure to leave Luke an article comment and let us know what you think about this situation. Give us your thoughts in the comments below. Again, we'll link to their announcement on Twitter, and if you're not familiar with the Poloniex site, or maybe you'd like to check it out, we're going to link to that, of course, as well in the description below. In other news today, just want to remind everybody that we're one day away from not a major, but one of the Bitcoin ETF decisions that needs to be made. I'm talking about the ProShares decision. So here on CoinDesk, we have this article that's kind of a reminder. SEC faces Thursday deadline for ProShares Bitcoin ETF decision. It doesn't seem like this is getting a lot of buzz. Nobody's quite talking about this, but less than a month after delaying a decision on a Bitcoin-based exchange-traded fund, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is poised to approve or disapprove another pair of proposed ETFs. So the ETF in question for tomorrow, Thursday, August 23rd, is the ProShares Bitcoin ETF and the ProShares Short Bitcoin ETF. So there has to be a decision made by Thursday, August 23rd, because unlike this month's earlier decision to push an approval for the CBOE's VanEck Solid X Bitcoin ETF. Remember, that was pushed off. That was delayed until the end of September. In the case of this ProShares ETF, this rule change proposal, filed by ProShares in conjunction with New York Stock Exchange ARCA, cannot be delayed any further under the regulator's rules. So this doesn't even have the option of being delayed. We're going to have to either get an approval or a rejection. Guys, I'll tell you my take on this. I don't see the ProShares Bitcoin ETF being approved before the CBOE Bitcoin ETF. I do not see ProShares getting in ahead of the VanEck Solid X decision. So in my estimation, I believe that this is going to be rejected. The question is, are people talking about this? Is there enough emphasis on this to really move the market should there be a rejection? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be overly significant, but I'm kind of bracing for some negative price movement. Again, because I'm bracing for the rejection flat out of this ETF. Remember, we talked a few videos ago about the fact that you got to hope for the best, but plan and expect the worst. And that's kind of what I'm doing in this case. I don't know that this is going to be a cataclysmic event in the world of crypto. Certainly we got a major retracement last time when the VanEck Solid X ETF was delayed. So I don't think it's anything that's going to be comparable to that. Although I don't know. I am expecting some retracement once this news hits, but I think the news is going to be relatively quiet just because, again, this particular ETF doesn't seem to be on people's minds to the same extent. But let us know what you guys think about this. We'll link to this article in the description below. Do you feel that a rejection of this ETF would move the market into a negative tailspin in the downward direction. Or hey, maybe you're more optimistic than me. Maybe you think the ProShares Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved tomorrow, August 23rd, by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Either way, let us know your thoughts, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, in the comments below. And finally, today we have this article by Mr. James Scarrett. First Sharia Law Approve Exchange. Now, I had no idea what this was about when I read it for the first time, and it's a really interesting take on a part of the world that we discussed just the other day, actually. So, Adab Solutions is looking to bring the Islamic community to the world crypto stage. What is this all about? As James writes, on Monday, the 20th of August, Adab Solutions, which is a UAE, United Arab Emirates-based startup, launched FICE, F-I-C-E, the first Islamic crypto exchange. This is the first time a cryptocurrency exchange has been considered to be Sharia compliant. Again, Sharia law, it's the code of conduct, it's the law associated with Islamic countries. An announcement made by the company last week, FICE will create a global infrastructure that operates on the principles of Islamic finance and the community that regulates the development of Islamic crypto economics. So James brings up some important statistics here. This could potentially affect 22% of the world's population, and the global Islamic community has an estimated controlling financial asset value of about $2 trillion. So again, this is one of those stories, if all goes well, with tremendous upside and significant potential. So the company made it clear that it will comply with guidelines set by Sharia law and will be overseen indefinitely by the Sharia Advisory Council, the SAC. And because this entire initiative is going to be Sharia compliant, FICE cannot list any crypto projects that are against Islamic laws and or morals. So that means that they're not going to be able to involve themselves with any projects related to alcohol, tobacco, gambling, lending, or adult services. So do be on the lookout for this. Check out James's article for more information here. It looks like Adab is setting up to launch an ICO next month. So let us know what you think about this situation. I look at it as having tremendous potential. And if this is something, we talked about all of these initiatives that are starting up in the UAE. Again, Saudi Arabia seems to be a little bit less keen on cryptocurrency, but you do have your other proponents and your other enthusiasts that are well supportive of cryptocurrency in this part of the world. And it looks like with Adab Solutions, we can add one more group to that list. If you want to check out their website, we're going to link to that. It's available here. Adab Solutions, the first cryptocurrency exchange functioning in accordance with Sharia rules. So this could potentially, as I mentioned, and it's my opinion, this could bring in a lot of new people into the space and into the game. If you want to learn more about the SAC, the Sharia Advisory Council, we'll link to their website as well. You can check them out. Link will be in the description below. With that, guys, we're out of news for the day, so do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz News for new information as it hits the interwebs. Make sure you check us out as well on Facebook, on Instagram, on Telegram. Members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, check out our last video here on the right side of your screen, as well as our website for new articles, altcoinbuzz.io. And hey, if you choose to invest, I wish you happy investing. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you again soon with a new video. Take care.